building a church, having church, and then people are still doing the same thing. The deacons are still acting the same way. The preachers are still acting the same way. The mothers are still acting the same way. Nobody wanted to grow. Actually, an elderly mother says, when I started thinking about getting saved, right, I want to be just like Jesus. You know what that lady told me? Son, ain't but one of him. Can't nobody be like him. I thought that was the purpose of church. Broke my heart. Put me back in the street for years. You see why your testimony is so important? You can destroy somebody else by your ignorance. And the Bible said the blood shall be on your hand. I got away from church because of her. Wow. God had to take me out of Mississippi, bring me to Alaska. I'm not hating Alaska. I found my second chance here.
Amen.
I got my second win here. Amen. People tried to kill me, amen, 2 or 3 times when I was in the world. And I thank God, amen, now he's my protector. Because the word says, if God be for you, who can be against you? I'm your fortress. I got your back. Let the enemy come in like a flood. I'll make him go out. If you trust God, you ain't got to worry about nobody. They got to go through God to get to you.
Amen. Yes.
If you trust in him, they can't get to you. They got to go through the God. Then they got to go through the Holy Ghost. And by the time they get to you, they saved. They saved now. Read.
For waging war, you need guidance. And for victory, many advisors.
Wait a minute. For what?
Waging war.
You need what?
Guidance.
That's what he said. You can have a lot of energy and a lot of want to, but you don't understand purpose and direction. You can't fight a war until you get in that word. You can't win a war till you become that word. It's going to take that.
Amen.
Am I right? I'm going to tell you something. When the enemy comes in, God going to raise up a standard. That standard, that word going to come up to you and tell you what to do, how to deal with it. The weapon of our warfare is not carnal, but mighty, through God, to the pulling down stronghold. I've been in situations, even when I was first sergeant in the military and stuff like that. Amen. And God will fight my battles. He will tell me what to do.
Amen.
I remember I went to one of the sergeant majors meeting with all the first sergeants, and I sat there, and they were just cursing and acting fool and smoking and stuff. I didn't say, hey, put them cigarettes out and stuff. Amen. I let Jesus speak. Because they saw how I conduct myself as a first sergeant. I didn't act like them. I cared and tried to take care of the soldiers. And then I was sitting there, and they were doing all this stuff. One of the other first sergeants said, hey, you see Roosevelt here? No, they said, you see First Sergeant Gray? You know he don't put up with that junk. He's a Christian. Everything got quiet. When you stand for God, God will stand for you. You ain't got to mingle in or adapt. God will fight your battle. But sometimes when we're not balanced, we'll get in the battle ourselves.
Yes.
I got a little bit more, and I'm going to let you go. I know y'all want to see my team win. Somebody, who is the team? You'll see when the game's over. Read.
Wisdom is too high for a fool. In the assembly at the gate, he has nothing to say.
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom is what?
Too high for a fool.
For who?
A fool.
The Bible said, don't call a man a fool without a cause. Why is wisdom too high? Because you got to pay the price of submitting yourself. You got to pay the price of walking in it. You got to pay the price of discipline that comes from God. And now you got not only that you got wisdom, you got to speak this wisdom in season and out of season. When people like it and when they don't like it. Wow, that's different, ain't it? Everybody want to be liked. But he said, no, I don't want you to, you ain't showing me nothing when they like it. But I want you to speak it when they don't like it. Why? because you're not bringing the increase anyway. You're just a vessel I'm using. Read.
In the assembly at the gate, he has nothing to say.
And God just showed me something. Remember, how many have been to war? How many know when you went to war, amen, you had to show balance? They told you everything to take, the weapons and the pack. They give you a list, didn't they? And if they told you to take all, I don't need all this stuff. Yeah, you ain't getting on the plane. If you better take it all. If you don't, I'm going to put something on you. I ain't taking all this stuff. You know how pound that you need, but it's going to cost you to get it back.
Amen.
Yeah, I made the mistake of joining the infantry for $1. I didn't even get the $1. I had to go through all that stuff. I didn't even get nothing for it. But I learned, don't do that again. What is that? Stay in your lane. That's it. Oh, good.
He who plots evil will be known as a schemer.
Woo. Woo. Out of balance. Say out of balance.
Out of balance.
You cannot be caught plotting evil against somebody. God marked you as a schemer. And he cuts off your blessings because you're out of balance. And he's not going to give them back to you until you balance up. How can I balance up, Pastor? Amen. Fall on the rock. Just like I did when I was in that infantry company. I said, God, if you get me out of here, I will never do that again. You know what? They disactivated something, and I got moved to Anchorage. I was so happy.
Yes.
Because they want to put me in the infantry company. I'm going back to the engineers. Amen. At least we ride. We blow up stuff now. I can blow it up a building whichever way you want. I still got the knowledge. Amen. You want to blow it up a building, I can do it. Take dynamite, cut down a tree. Amen. I grew up under that stuff. But I wasn't growing up on carrying a pack as big as me and pulling a sled going down there, snow by this high. I just didn't grow up in that stuff. And it was foreign to me. I would rather be in something I'm used to and know how to do. That's why when I get ready to preach at another church, I say, hey, I'm a little different. I'm not going to do anything you want me to do, a hoop or something like that. I'm going to stay with the word. I said, it may be different, but it may be better. And everybody that I preach to, amen, they're shouting. They never heard it like that. They're so appreciative. That was a great word. People want something different.
Yes.
Let me give you one more, okay? I think I'm at my line. Yeah, I got 5 minutes. Go to 1 Chronicles 12:32. Y'all getting anything? I want to tell you something. This is why God said, He told me to, this is why He said, one shall put 1,000 to flight. If we are balanced and no purpose, ain't nothing we can't do. But we get out of balance, sometimes even angry and fighting against one another. A family is a family when it stays together, when it works together. Am I right? I remember when my sister was going to school and she liked this boy. She told me she didn't like him. Told me he was messing with her. Every time I come home, he messing with me. Me and my brother Nate said, we got him. We got him this evening.